SOS. 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 I got you, yeah. SOS. Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tap on the internet. We don't do that. See, I've been a threat and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way. I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest. Need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks. We get to it. We get to it, yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they know dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tap on the internet. We don't do that. See, I've been a threat and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way. I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest. Need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks. We get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Went to starter from a mascot. Went to rollies from a G-Shock. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetops. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fee's not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tap on the internet. We don't do that. See, I've been a threat and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way. I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest. Need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks. We get to it.
Little trade another day.
You know what? There.
Some, but you little trade another day. Little make another play. You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Little trade another day. Little trade another day. Little make another play. Win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future up early, just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up and mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money. Scared.
Good morning all. Yes sir, happy Monday. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone had a good weekend. Let me make sure everything is working, everything does look good. And let's see what we have going on from today. So obviously we had NFP numbers here, a lot of stuff going into the markets here, adjusting how the market's moving. Gold pushing up here into the 60s, and we see the dollar move down. We discussed this on Friday's stream as well about this outcome potential, and it did end up happening. I was expecting 30s, but we've actually extended to the 60s. So very big move we saw on NFP, and it's normal for the next day after such a heavy move to range and to cool down. So what we're seeing here is not out of the ordinary, and I'd expect today to cool down maybe till around New York, and then we could see some continuation during New York, especially after a 600 odd pip move. How much are we working on? Yeah, 600 pip move. It's a big move percentage wise. Let's have a look. I'm interested percentage wise. Yeah, almost 2% move. Pretty nuts on gold. Let's have a look at the calendar for today. Today is going to be the 4th. We have a little bit of a CAD bank holiday. Nothing really too important here. Pretty clean, to be honest. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice for this week. We're pretty chill. Big one is going to be the rates for US. When is those? CPI. When is CPI? CPI is something we need to really watch in this month. When are they releasing CPI? USD CPI comes out on the Tuesday next week. So that's going to be a big news for this month, is CPI inflation data. If we see inflation come down, it's going to give them a reason to push for those September rate cuts. Now that's what's been on the cards, is the September rate cuts. So really, if we see inflation tick up, it's going to change their policy. And leading into this month, I've summarized for the guys in the exclusive. I posted in general. This is our stuff, right? This week, 3 focuses. Fed is leaning towards cuts for September. How deep the economic slowdown runs with the labor market. We saw the labor market come back weak. That's why gold pop up. And whether trade tensions escalate with Trump. Those are the 3 factors that are going to be the drivers and catalysts for this month. So we need to see how that policy ends up changing, with obviously a big hint being the inflation data, how Trump progresses with trade tariffs, and then how the markets continues to digest the weak labor market. So today we have no news though. We're pretty clean throughout the whole day. Starting on weekly time frame here on gold, we can see we've obviously closed weekly time frame bullish with a little bit of a change of structure there. See how that looks on pith. This position still on the screen. Yeah, nice weekly close here. I do like how we've weekly closed, and is something good here to see. Let's go ahead and mark that weekly resistance. I saw that someone made a indicator. I wonder if it's free. Let's have a look. No gaps, no gap candles. Let's try this out. Let's try this out. Yeah, it works somewhat, so let's keep this on. It works somewhat. Gonna maybe adjust the settings. So hour threshold to detect day open, 6 apply to daily open, no. Show price line, show input style. And we give this a go, I guess. See how it looks on the daily. Doesn't really clean it, just filling these gaps here. So we're not worried about these gaps. Those gaps we want to see, but we want no. We'll just keep it on. It's not that bad. But daily time frame here closing very nicely bullish. We are in this mid-range. A lot of highs have been found in this mid-range. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to create some sort of rejection from this mid-range. I spoke about it in depth with the webinar this week, but that's something I'm going to keep an eye on. Any weakness from this mid-range here, we can see some potential downside. The next thing here is 4-hour time frame. We are actually bullish bias today. We've created 4-hour resistance here though. Maybe, hopefully Pith has fixed their charts, man. I prefer to use Pith. I wonder, should we mark up on Pith or should we use this? This is messy, man. But anyways, 4-hour resistance created here. Pith. Yeah, but his Pith fixed his charts. It was like off like by 5 pips, man. It was off by 5 pips. Let's see what this candle is. 25. $27. So it seems to be off by 2 pips now. The big question is, this is 24 even. What is broker? See what broker is. Yeah, I guess we'll just use it. 2 pips is not that bad, no. We'll give Pith a chance. We'll give Pith a chance for this week. If it lets us down, we will change. So yeah, daily time frame closing above bullish, 4-hour time frame, a bullish bias, but we're in this consolidation. So I expect a bit of range after such a heavy move. Market needs to settle, market needs to calm down a bit, and then decide a direction for the rest of the week. We have a little 4-hour resistance above here. Breakouts in London, I'm not interested in breakouts in London. They don't work these days. So need to be very careful about breakouts in London. What we're looking more for is pullbacks for continuation. But we're stuck in a range right now. So 1-hour time frame markup looks good based on a 1 hour. We have a 1-hour resistance here. There's going to be a lot of resistances in the range because we're just stuck in the range. We have a support down here that I want to mark. You can see how many lines are on the chart. Already it's too many lines. I want to keep it max something like this. 15-minute looks like this. So yeah, honestly, since we're bullish bias as well, my plan would be come back down to bottom of range, take buys, maybe from 4-hour support back up. Here's a bit tight to take a buy. Above the range is nice, but I'll take that during NY session breakouts. I would be happy to take that. I'll be happy to take that, right? I'll be happy to take that. And you know, NY session breakouts will work. They've been working very well. But in London, we want to be a bit careful about breakouts. What if the cycle changes in August for London session? Then we were going to see. Then we're going to see, no? So this is what would be nice. We're going to see breakouts start to play. But that doesn't mean that we keep trying them and you have to keep losing your P&L. That's not how you want to trade. If breakouts come back, we will see that. But for now, if we have a chance to get back on a pullback, second thing is we won't have a chance for a pullback if breakouts are working, because breakouts would normally be some sort of tight consolidation, then breakout. If market is still pushing up, pulling back just like it did here, now pulling back deeper, we know that price still wants to pull back. There's lack of continuation. When there's continuation in the market, it looks a bit more like this, right? We have push, consolidation, continuation. Push, there should have been consolidation, and then we would be here by London, continuation, right? So we will see that. And yeah, now looking at DAX here. Let's have a look at DAX. DAX as well had, everything had that dump, right? So we had that dump on DAX, we had that dump on stock market, everything. So DAX coming down close towards its weekly support now, weekly closing bearish. We haven't tapped it yet, so it is possible to tap it if price would love to do so. Daily time frame, we close below this daily resistance. We're sitting at a very old daily support down here. It's not really relevant, but I'm sure it will be relevant on lower time frame now. So we'll just leave this on here just to see. 4-hour created a support here, mixed bias on DAX. So we're trying to play out a little bit of a bounce. We could create a lower high and continue lower. We are just waiting for that to happen. This is a previous strong support zone. We're going to see how we react at this zone here. P4S. Let's see what 1 hour is saying. Yeah, that's kind of where that zone was forming. 15-minute. Yeah, not too much here. I'm not too worried about that. So we have a resistance here. Pretty messy actually. This was the night. This was a very nice buy here, huh? Over Asian session, broke out of the range. gave a 63-point push, and now we're coming towards this zone here. 1 hour has a resistance there, and we have one higher and the one above here and the one above here. So a little bit chopped on ranges here, which is pushing me to believe more in looking for a pullback to continue. Price would be in the questions. With mixed session bias, sells will also make sense, and for me sells is easy if we just leave the bottom of the range here. So let's put this here, 15. If we can leave that, we could look for potential sells there. Below here, let's see how 5 looks. Yeah, 5 would be a little bit lower if we're going to base it on 5. But that would be the plan. Now, to get above here for buys, yes, that would typically work in the past. But late it hasn't worked. Early trades for breakouts have been an option if we push it a little bit harder. You just need to be super aggressive with break-evens. And once you're super aggressive with break-evens, it kind of works. So 5 minutes is absolutely rubbish. So you'd have to be trading off a 15 or even a 30 would be better, to be honest. So let's see how it ends up forming above here, or if we start to break down. Selling from here to here, I'm not too interested in, because it's still going to be within the range, and we could pick direction. We are technically in a break of structure plus a continuation, so I'd need to see that reverse. Remember, this reversal could just be a retest before more upside. So we need to be careful there. Quick look at GJ, kind of similar. Push down, trying to recover the bounce here. We are now stuck at the 1 hour resistance. Above that would be okay for buys above this 15 here. Below here would be okay for sells, but GJ lack continuation. I prefer to look at UJ here, which has been having more continuation, and UJ is telling more of a clear story of how buys would probably fail here. Even 1 hour is struggling. We have this big 1 hour resistance here, and we need to get above there for the buys. Now, if we want to continue a little bit more of sells, then it will be the same plan as gold, really, is getting below here. Sorry, not as gold, as DAX. Would be the same plan as DAX, getting below this 15-minute resistance, trading back down here and seeing what's happening. Inside of the range trading today, it's a little bit rough because, again, we have this break of structure. We're bouncing, 4 hours bouncing. I do not want to trade inside the range yet, especially with this 1 hour support lurking right here in the middle of your sell zone. If you were to take a sell, you're kind of lurking with that 1 hour support. Technically, yeah, 5 minute super bullish structure. So I think today is going to be a day where we leave the ranges and not try to get chopped up but inside the ranges here. So yeah, man, that's going to be the plan here. That's going to be the plan. So set out the levels, good to mark up our charts for the week here. And now we see what ends up happening and take it from there and see how market reacts here. Let it settle after the big news day, and then we attack from there. So appreciate you all, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything makes sense. If it does, leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. Call it the YouTube business. Hate to say it, but part of the game. So yeah, just watch your video in Italy. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope it was a good vlog. Laurie Jean took a trade on DAX. If I'm, without even looking at your screenshot, I'm guessing it's this. Right? Let's see. My guess is it's this. Let's see what she ended up taking. It's not? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, setup 2. Okay. Yeah, as a setup 2, it's fine, and then tap there since it was break even, and then SL here. I prefer, if you're gonna go early, go even earlier there and just take the breakout trade if you're gonna go that early, as it's Asian session. This is mid session, little bit difficult mid session. We could just end up ranging before London, and then London breaks out. But as an idea of S2, it is correct. If we had just pushed straight here without this pullback here, this would be the first pullback after a straight push. High chance it kind of fails there long term. But really in this one, the reason you were protected as well, you had this kind of like 15-minute first one, then that change of structure. Honestly, this would have been a better shot, this one here, right? Would have worked out as well. Yep, even earlier. So yeah. Any plan you'll be able to check the plans? Yeah, so what I like to do with plans is I like people to tell me what is different in your plan, right? So if you find something different, 30-minute target, break of high, starting to make good structure. Yeah, this was earlier. So same feedback that I just gave her, exact same feedback. Yes, correct, but it's just super early. We have been seeing recently those early moves play out, but that doesn't mean it will survive the whole time there. But good for sending plans. It was a valid plan. If that was happening during session, I would be interested in as well. Too tight range. Yep, too tight. Selling below here is risky because of the 1 hour support. If a 1 hour closes below, it's fine. Very tight range is not that much clear with the plan, so try make a plan so you make a mistake and we can correct the mistake, right? And then you ask me, hey Harry, like this is my point, you're sending plans but no one makes me aware. Joel did something good, he asked, hey, can you check my plan? So if you don't have a plan, you say, okay, let Harry have a look at this because I didn't understand. And then all I would say here is, did you see how I planned and what was confusing, what wasn't confusing? That's it. Mixed session buy is correct. You're looking for sells below here, buys above here. See, move this up to the previous resistance. So just a slight adjustment. Instead of it being here, move it to the previous because that's where we're having issues. You see how many issues there? And actually, I can make it more accurate. The video was great. Looked like fun. Thank you. Thank you. It's August Monday, not Friday. Yeah, relax, bro. That's already changed. You just need to refresh your screen. I love the vlog. Kept thinking of those fresh cherry tomatoes. That's good, man. Good produce. I'm new here. Will we see the trade you're getting into? Will we see your P&L? Is okay. You need to DM me. We need to have a discussion. You can see the trades, but have you watched the exclusive content? Have you watched the introduction video? I think you need to start there. But yeah, you can see the trades, but if you don't know what is going on, you're going to be extremely lost. That's the reason for being new. So you need to immediately adjust your mindset. Adjust your mindset to understand the strategy. That's what you're here for. I sent you a DM here. Let's see. I hear no audio. It's fixed. I can hear you. Well, if you can hear me, then it's fine, right? Harry, you're really bulky, but on camera you don't seem to be bulky. Yeah, thanks, man. That's my nice face. It's because I don't show the rest of my body. I don't need to sit there with my body hanging out everywhere. But obviously, if I film a vlog, you'll see all the videos I film are vlogs, right? So I'm showing my face. What's your height? 179. All right, this candle 2 minutes 57 seconds here. Let's see 5 minute below here. A bit messy till we get to below here on a 5 and no 5 minute structure. So what I want to see is I want to see 5 minute structure. This is our only time where breakouts have technically worked. So we want to be careful as well if it gets any later. Good liquidity grab to the highs, but we've dumped all the way down here. So we need some sort of proper stop loss placement, otherwise it doesn't make sense. What worries me is no 5 minute structure, 18 points for 11 point break even. The kite surfing was the best part of your vlog. Glad you enjoy it. Video is great. Looks like you had fun. Yeah, we can pin the video. If you haven't watched it, have a look at it. It's a good video, man. It's a good video. Gold is also moving. Yeah, but nothing we can do on gold here. Breakouts are gonna be absolutely too risky. Music was great. Glad you enjoyed it. So if we want to take gold buys, we needed to get out, come back, make structure, then we can take buys. Do you need to be a good swimmer to do kite surfing? If shit hits the fan, yeah, of course you do. Right? If things go wrong and you lose your kite or your kite's in the water, especially if it's starting to pull you, you need to know what you're doing. Your harness will keep you somewhat afloat so you don't have to tread water. But yeah, if you're doing any water sports, you need to be able to swim, my friend. Any water sports. No 1 minute structure as well? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's super risky. Had some 2 meter waves yesterday. Was so glad I could swim good. Need to use those to jump off. That's the fun. Jump off those 2 meter waves. Use them as ramps. Can't jump yet. Seems like you have good wind if you're on a 9 meter, 25 knots. How come you didn't add DAX loss to the journal? According to the journal, it would be at 48 losses. See, the column currently has 47. Yep, I need to put the screenshot in the journal there. I don't have the screenshot. I need to rewind DAX and take the screenshot. I didn't take the screenshot that day. I have put the losses, so you're lying and trying to make up something that is not true, as typical people always try to do with me. I took a DAX loss on Friday. If we open Friday stream, and you will see here on Friday stream, my losses here are, maybe I'm wrong, but I do remember putting it. Yeah, why is that not 48? Okay, I take it back. I take it back. Totally take it back. I'm sure I put it to 48. I even remember, I think I changed this to something too. Let's see if I changed. Yeah, I guess I'm wrong there. My bad. I take it back. I take it completely back. Thank you for reminding. It should have been. I do remember changing it, but obviously it didn't say it. I take it back. We can do the screenshot later. I mean, we can put it in the journal, but I need to add the screenshot because I didn't take the screenshot at the time. So unless someone has a screenshot that can share with me, I can put their screenshot. But we need to go and rewind. Where is it? This is not the trade. Luxy Life has it. Yeah, I think just to keep the journal clean, I will put it in. I need to actually remind what time frame I took it on and all that, so I'll go have a look at it. It was a buy, but I think I executed on the 5 as well. We will take the screenshot after, but it's there, started. But we had the 15 as well. I think that's what I was basing it on. Anyways, we'll look at this after. Oh, good, Ronald. Welcome, welcome, brother. All right, 5-minute making structure. What's the difference between this stream, Zoom, and YouTube? You get direct access to me. You can ask questions. You can open your mic. You have no delay. NY streams. A lot of stuff, man. No delay is big one. You have over 5 seconds of delay. Rejecting from that zone. Also, previous weekly 15-minute, 5-minute change of structure. Was that valid? 5-minute open, no bottom wick? No, not valid. Where's your previous weekly? You have a previous weekly here? Where? On gold. Which graph? You didn't send a graph. It didn't. I promise you didn't, bro. I can show you my Zoom. Or Lori Jean's graph is there. Zen Wolf is there. Luxy Life. Yours not yet. Now yours came at the end. Oh, this one, gold. Nah, man, it's a 5-minute trade, right? So it's not really like... Where's your 15-minute confirmation, right? Let's see. You have this 15-minute there, and then what? It's rough, man. It's rough with that 30 close. It's an option, yeah, but you know, it's very tight, especially in the range. Very tight. What's the max distance you could swim in your local area? What do you mean by max? Like by law? How far you can swim? I'm not sure actually. I don't think there is a law against that. Good morning. Is NFE ISM manufacturing were negative? Would it be good to consider looking for setup for buys? What do you think about it? Already priced in. Already priced in. You're late. He means my endurance. I've never tested that, man. I never tested that. I'm not a swimmer. Bro, can you check EU setup 2 buys? Let's see, EU. No, definitely no setup 2 buys here. 100% no. Same as gold, man. You're stuck in this range. If you're going to take setup 2 buys, you need to buy from the bottom of the range. Even just looking at that. Why do you look? You're at daily resistance. 4 hour. No, that's 12 hour. 4 hours also close to resistance. It tapped resistance already. Target has been tapped. No chance. No chance for setup 2 buys. You're safer selling than buying in this zone. You're safer selling below here than trying to buy. If I was to sell, I'd sell below this range. Actually adjust it to the 5 like that. But there's no chance. Can you see why there's no chance here? Like, where are you buying? Do you see that? What do you prefer, triathlon or gym only? We'll try rhymes with buy, right? And we know what buy is, huh? So we don't want to connect those things together. Gym doesn't, it has 3 letters. It has GY. It's close. It's dangerous, but you can't put it together. You see? You see? This is, what setup is this, my friend? Buying straight into this previous, super risky. Super risky. I confused it. It's all good, man. Don't worry. Took this GJ trade. When I see GJ, I'm already worried, bro. About 1 hour after Tokyo opened, do you think it was valid? The thing I only got wrong was SL placement, but I was expecting it to be a longer trade. Hey, it's not a bad option in terms of setup. I love the setup. I think your SL placement here is perfect, especially the time you took it. I won't really change much about that. You need to give GJ space these days, because worst comes to worst, you could have managed, right, if something closed below here and just be like, you know what, screw this. And then you only lose 50% of what you initially risked. Way better. And trade hit TP there, so it's nice. It's nice. I think Asian and GJ has been way cleaner than London, but it's a valid setup, man. I wouldn't really change much. Even your stop loss placement, I don't think was bad. For me, your stop loss placement was not bad. Yep, I agree with giving it room there. DAX is about to close below. I think DAX is dumping through here. More sells are going to be lower at the moment here. So actually, I would love to see this pull back and then we sell on the pullback. I don't trust this move. I don't trust this move. What are you looking for? UJ for buys is very tight, man. But, you know, if you want to trade inside the range, it's going to be like gold. You're basically treating it like gold. Recommend you just stay out the range today. Really going to be very difficult and low probability in the range. It can work, but you're in the range right now, it's 50-50 because we need to pick a direction. You know? But you see, UJ is tighter than gold here. That's the issue. And even gold is tight. I do triathlons and feel good after finishing it. You should feel good, man. Triathlon is a big physical endurance test, it's great. Triathlons are very good, you know. During S2 sells, for sells, is it on top or bottom of the range, and for buys it from bottom of the range if we have some space for target? Not always, but that's always better. But we could also have set up 2 in trending moves, right? Price is trending heavily, then pulls back and then continues. You see what I'm saying? What do you trade during NYC? I trade gold and US 30. That's what I trade during New York session. One hour close below here might be okay, but I don't think we have the risk to reward. 92 for 30 here really has to do business, but this would have to be break even, because again, this can be the higher low to continue up. Harry, which session is much easier to trade, London or NY? Right now NY is performing a lot better than London for sure. London, we always come to some sort of range, and at the top or bottom of the range as well. Market positioning is crap. See if we can maybe take even buys from the 4-hour support here. Would be also the 1-hour support buys. How many pairs do you trade, and what pairs? I trade. I think you need to watch the exclusive content. Would be a good one to start on, man, since you just joined. But my pairs is what I always trade, and that's gonna be gold, DAX. That's my main focus during London, and NY is gold and US 30. Those are my main focuses. I used to trade GBP JPY very heavily, but it's been a lot of yeah, divorce GJ for a little bit. Yeah, look into UJ as well, right? I look into UJ. I have that as my backup forex pair. If DAX closes below, it's closing deep, man. Closes deep. So not the close itself, sorry, the wick. So once you've tapped target, it's already done its job. Its job was to get to here. So now this is seen not as a wick fill, it's seen as a rejection, because we're rejecting something. We're rejecting this support zone. So now you don't know. This could flip up here, close bullish. You could actually end up taking buys. You could end up taking buys. Or this could continue down below here and then, you know, trade into this support. At the moment, it's very complex because we don't have ranges. So the best thing to do is to wait and see how the 1 hour candle closes here, because 1 hour is clean. 30-minute also has a very strong, not strong, but a support here. But so best is to see how 1 hour candle closes. Now to sell on 5, let's see if there's a scalp sell below that. There might be a scalp sell, but 15 I think is lurking there. Yeah, 15 is lurking. We just have very shitty ranges today, so we don't need to force it. This was an okay range. Every day you come to the session, you always start the daily time frame even as a day trader or scalper, of course. Scalping is unprofitable if you look at the lower time frame. Scalping itself is unprofitable. What the definition online is, you know, of scalping. What was the thing you did when you were 16 that you had one thing that you were proud of? Proud of multiple things, but when I was younger, I was very into sports, so it was achieving different things in different sports. What's nasty about this is, imagine you take the setup 2 from here, you got stopped out, huh? Stopped you out, boom. Stopped you out and then flew. That's nasty manipulation there. Why? Because this actually didn't test the 15, right? So it's like an excuse because it didn't test the 15. You didn't take due to tight rate? Take what? The setup 2 you were saying? Yeah. I prefer to go break of low. So if I went break of low, it would be only 6 pips and then stop loss would be 40 pips. It's a bit uncomfortable. Especially you're selling against a 1 hour bullish candle and 30-minute doji at the time. But it doesn't, like back here we were still making higher lows. But I'm just saying as a overall perspective, if someone tried to sell this lower high, it's nasty. It did an extra liquidity grab. Like we have to be careful about those things happening and consider that even like maybe this set up for us, but we need to be careful that price is doing that. Like this is key information. Like Monday is very important to see what prices are doing, where prices are going. You know, trade 2 pairs, man. Trade 2 pairs. You know, probably stick to the pairs that we all trade together, you know, but if you prefer other pairs, be our guest, you know, it's all gonna work. Did you take any trades last week in NY? Yeah, I took a couple of US 30 trades, bro. I think 2 wins, 1 break even. Watching GJ for sells below here. It's valid, but I don't trade GJ anymore. It's too inconsistent. The setup could look great like this and then fail. But it is totally a nice setup. If this was on a different pair, I'd take it. But you have to just be careful. GJ does a lot of BS. But this setup looks super... Like, I'm even tempted to take it, not gonna lie, but it just defies physics at the moment. It's defying physics at the moment. You also stop GJ? Yeah, it's not that bad to stop GJ. It's been really inconsistent, and then when we see its consistency come back, we can always add it back. That's the nice thing. Only DAX and London and US 30 and NY and now then gold. Yeah, I think that's a good combination. It's basically my combination. Why you trade GBP JPY? I used to trade GBP JPY due to its volatility. If you check my public journal, you can see how heavily I used to trade GBP JPY and how my win rate was. If we take from June to July, for example, when I was trading GBP JPY, let's go till August. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 wins and 1, 2, 3 losses. 3 losses and 20 wins. So yeah, at the time when it was a volatile pair and it had very good continuation, it was very easy to profit off it, and that's the result of it, all done live as well, which is pretty cool to have that. But now it's not like that. It's not the best. You can find better opportunities in other pairs. You haven't filled up the position of August 1st? Yeah, it's there on the screen. I just need to put the screenshot, so I'm gonna do it after stream. On Friday, I took the trade and then I got slipped, and then after that, I left the PC. Left the PC, went to have some lunch. Gold now has a lot of fake outs. That's why I said don't sell lows on gold, right? If you sold a low, anyways, this should have never triggered you because it never broke the low. That keeps you safe if you were trying to sell lows, but don't trade lows. Very dangerous. Did you take US 30 sells before NYSE? I didn't take those sells. I took the sells after NYSE, but a lot of the guys in the group took those sells before NYSE. They took some later sells. I took the earlier sells. That was after NYSE. After NYSE, this is the one I took. The earlier sells was, let's see. This was the earlier sell, yes. Right? So yes, people did take the earlier sells. Moritz as well took it. I just took it afterwards. The one I took was this one. That's the one I put in my plan, but what device do you use for risk management and you close half of your strategy when it goes against your direction? No, that is Raja Banks. I think you learned from Raja Banks. I do not close half when it goes against my direction, because it doesn't mean my trade is wrong yet. I only close half when I see a actual technical reason, because if I close half and it goes back in my direction, I've just lost 50% of my position in drawdown. So even if my position hits TP, the whole position is going to be break even. So it's very hard to be profitable like that. In a phase like this, where how London has been, it would be useful, but everywhere else it just stops you from making profit. So I rather have bigger profits and then protect against losses, and protect against losses by not taking the trade in the first place. Because if I have to close half the minute it starts going the opposite direction, and I need to start closing half, then it means I don't trust my trade. So I shouldn't have taken it in the first place, right? If someone joins new, how are they able to take your trades in, and why do you share your trades? Yes, I share my trades in the group in my plans. So I will put what I look to take. These are my NY trades. I even put a video here. There's a video, a Loom video. The Loom video here explains everything in a video basis, and then we're discussing in the NY chat. Also, every Wednesday, the same way I'm live now, I'm live in NY as well. Waiting for pullback on DAX? Yeah, it would be better to have that. There's no way to enter unless you just randomly, impulsively entered somewhere. Right at support. Breaking this low at support, but it's at a 15 support. Like, long term, that's a deadly move. And like I said, the only way I'm seeing to enter now for sells is the pullback here. You take a pullback and then you take the setup too, but man, you got stopped out. And at the time, you're fighting against the 1 hour and stuff like that. So what's interesting to see is something had to be tested first. Gold is a little bit of a mess, man. This is a whipsaw. This is trying to catch out all the FOMO guys. The guys who missed this trade, you don't miss anything, by the way. You haven't missed because it was news, but they feel like they have FOMO and now they're trying to retrace this move or get in early. And now they're getting absolutely cooked here. But by the way, guys, just the NY session will be tomorrow, okay? Not on Wednesday. I'm still recovering from my hamstring injury. So I moved it to tomorrow for now. As on Wednesday, I have some rehab and stuff. How was your trip? It was great. I posted a video about it. If you haven't watched the vlog, check it out. Pinned comment. Go check it out on my YouTube channel. It was a great time. Good time with good people. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Been a while since I took a holiday. I, treated myself to, treated myself. That's it. Your live trade is only in London session? No, I trade in NY session as well, but I don't live stream every single day in New York session. Otherwise, I'm on a charts for over 8 hours a day. It's very mentally, it's not possible. And also, you guys need to be working on learning how to follow my plans, right? Follow plans, make plans of your own, make decisions. You're here to become a profitable trader. You're here to make money in the market. You have never heard someone become rich or become a full-time trader off signals. Never happens. Why don't you hear about those stories? You don't hear about those stories because the other person is totally in control. You want to be in control. What's the results of the weekend hustle? Just found out what needs to be done and I'm going to execute it during this week. So show up to the streams and you'll see. All the trades I give, every single, where my entries, everything are in the plans. All you have to do is learn how to read the plans. Any questions you have, write it down. Ask. Hey man, I didn't understand this. Does it make sense to take a sell here because I didn't? Boom. That's how you're going to get amazing. It's literally all there, being spoon-fed. Better than signals. Clearer as well, because you can ask. You can't ask your signal guru, hey man, why did this trade lose? He's not replying why your trade lost. Quickly sends you a signal. If you're busy or don't have time, you missed it. Game over. If it closed without 5-minute structure, would you have taken it? Probably no. I'm not taking GJ anyways, but let's say it was on a different pair, but probably not. I would want something. Depends where my stop is. As long as my stop is above a... Let's see. Yeah, if that case, then yeah, I would have to put stop above here. But see, it ended up making 5-minute structure now. But I'd have to put stop above there or above this at least. What about bot trading? High chance it fails long term if someone's selling you a bot. There's only a few individuals in the world, not in the world, but out there who can actually make bots. Most of them keep it to themselves. If you're being sold on a bot, it probably doesn't work. Guaranteed. I don't understand why people are obsessed by GJ when it's obviously not moving well and cooking most people. Me too. It's because they don't see that. They keep, it's like that's the trader mindset. That's why most traders lose. It's because they keep getting hurt from it, but they know in the past it's done well and they think something's going to change. They hate change. They're comfortable with it. They've traded it in the past. It's something that's paid them well, and people don't accept to make change. They just stay in that comfort zone doing the same thing every day, expecting a different result. I'm going to repeat that for most of the people because this is what people do every day is they come to the charts, they do the same thing every day expecting a different result. Unless your results are good, you should not be there expecting a different result, right? GBP USD set up one above 15-minute resistance. Let's see your chart, man. I want to see your markup. I want to see your markup for that. Married to a pair can be a pain. It is true, man. Definitely. I want to see your markup for GBP USD. You have a resistance here, then you're pretty much clean. So, but I want to see that markup of yours. Make sure it's correct, because buys above here would not be above here, would have to be above the old one, right? You can't ignore that. Is it okay to look for buys if we create nice support with a change of structure? Yeah, I think that would be interesting with a change of structure, man. You're right. Probably would be back above this 15 by now, though. The problem is the change of structure won't matter much because the 5-minute is super messy. And also keep in mind there's a potential we could continue selling if 5-minute creates resistance. This 1 hour close is going to be interesting here. We also have a nice retest of the 1 hour, right? Wow. London Open's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Your chart time zone, Dubai time zone. Great. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, I like your markup. Clean, simple. Good job, man. So yeah, the only thing here is I like you put the previous there. So that's where your trades would come above, right? Probably take it above key level. You see 33000. So take it above 33. Harry, how about trying out my trading bot designed purely around price action? I'm offering a 14-day free trial to show you what it can do, maybe even change your perspective on trading bots. I have profitable bots that work. I have seen profitable bots that work. I know how they work. I have someone who codes bots for a living and has a bot that works and generates very slow, consistent results, and that's about it. 14 days is not going to tell me shit. Go watch my bot video, man. I made a video about the bots, right? We generated results in 14 days. We can make a bot that can make 100% in 14 days or lose 100% in 14 days. 14 days ain't much. I respect you, but I need at least 2 years. 2 years, bro. Minimum. 2 years. 2 years of it running, and then we can have a conversation. Honestly. So not back tested data, forward tested data. And that's just me being honest. I need 2 years to see how it is. A year can open the conversation, but 2 years till, you know, it's something that is a bit more confidence inducing. And even 2 years doesn't mean it's safe long term. Has to have very tight risk parameters and risk management settings. Because let's say you coded a bot, it would have worked very well for the first 2 years on GJ. And then the next 2 years, it would have died. It would have lost all the money it made the last 2 years. So it has to be able to adapt to that. Bro has everything on his channel. Yeah, I do have a lot on my channel. Guys, I have over 1,000 posts. You know? Make sure if you haven't already, leave a subscribe on the channel. Road to 100k, guys. Road to 100k. You know? Road to 100k. We will try it on gold. If you're telling me where we will try it, means that it's a bot that I don't trust already, because you have to say where we will try it. I'm saying 2 years. You need to bring me 2 years of data. 2 years of data. I have already a few questions for you. Does your bot martingale? Does your bot average down on its losses? Does your bot use an increasing risk diameter? Does your bot have manual stop losses that are in place where the bot is wrong? These are all very important. Can you look at my markup? Yes, let's have a look at your markup. This is on GJ. Mark this 15-minute support. 15-minute resistance needs to be a little bit higher, bro, just to match this one, right? So make it to match this one. This one is fine. Move this up to here though, because this comes first, and then the rest is okay. I'm surprised you're not way over 100k already. Yes, because I do not sell hype and dreams. I sell reality, and reality is what few like, but the fact that we're close to 100k is amazing. It shows consistency, hard work, and me continuing to stick to my morals and values and push my message out the way I wanted to, you know, and to be able to have 100,000 people come to the channel throughout the time. I'm not, there's a reason, right? There's a reason why my videos get 25, 6k, 3k views, 2k views. Partially because I'm maybe shadow banned or something. I don't know what's happening. But the other reason is because I just say the boring stuff that works, and people don't want the boring stuff that works. They want the dream. They want the, hey, this strategy will turn your 100 account to 50 million, whatever. 1,000 subscribers left for 100. Yeah, 1%, man. We need to make 1%, or a little bit more, but you know. My PC is going mad, bro. What's happening? It's full overheating. Don't know what's going on with my PC. Have a look here. Why is it going nuts? Damn, CPU temperature 77. It's like I'm running a game in the background. Could be the thermal paste. No, it's just I mean, RAM is loaded because of how many tabs bro is mining crypto. I just need to restart my PC. If I restart my PC, it will stop. It's Chrome. No, I have a i9, man. It can handle a lot of tabs, man. My CPU usage is very low. It's just throttling. That's what it's doing now. It's throttling. See what DAX is doing now before the open? 3 minutes before the open, we're creating a support. So I'm interested to see how the open comes through here. If we close above here, open makes deep bottom wick. I'm happy to take a buy to retest the highs. Let's just mark this 30 here. Water cooling? Yeah, I'm fully water cooled. Triple fan water cooling. It's a good setup, $3,000 PC. It's a Windows problem? Yeah, I know. Windows always messes it up. What's your PC setup? I'm interested in building one. I have a i9 13900K. I have a 4070 Ti. I have 32 gigs RAM. I have what else do we have? We have Z something, you know, the best frickin' motherboard, you know, the one with all the fancy attachments and stuff. Forgot what it's called actually. Which one it was, but then I have a Lian Li water cooling system. I have a case with 7 fans on my case. DDR4 or DDR5? DDR5, man. Corsair DDR5, the latest one. It actually has LEDs on it, but I turn it off. In your bio? I don't like the previous 5. Yeah, we just have to ignore the lower time frame. That's been something that's been a problem and focus on higher time frame. Built it yourself? I did build it myself. I did build it myself, but I didn't assemble it myself. So I chose the parts and then the PC place here put it together. $3K with a 4070 Ti, you overpaid. Not when you see what motherboard I have and when you see what CPU I have and what water cooler I have, man. Go check the prices of the water cooler, go check my CPU, and go check my case price. Alright, the open. So we're pushing down first here on the open. Let's see if this wants to flip or continue down. We'll have a look here. So far, nothing really clear. This closed below the previous 15. Very important point here. 1 hour also would have ended up closing below because we focused that. And then, so let's see what happens there. Let's see how this is doing. So gold here is trying to break out. I do not trust the breakouts, as I've mentioned. All a good close for upside though. Nice bullish close for upside. 5 minute is extremely sketchy, man. Extremely sketchy 5 minute. I didn't mean to offend. I'm not offended, man. I compared prices so I know how much I paid for, and I know I didn't get ripped off because I know the guys who I'm dealing with. I bought my GPU when GPUs were expensive at the time, and you know, TI 4070 Ti was like one of the better GUs at that time. It's just when the 4080 came out. We don't have the 5090 or stuff like that. 3K is actually on the cheaper side. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the case alone was $400, man, just for the case. Because when you buy cases, you have to put fans in, but this came with fans, so it actually works out cheaper instead of having to buy fans. I also bought a bracket for, so this was like a, you need to buy a bracket for your CPU because the i9s, I don't like Intel anymore. Intel for running CS is not good. I wanted to put AMD. Intel doesn't run CS good anymore. My GPU costs almost 3K and I bought it for 1.6. Damn, what GPU do you have, bro? Don't have a GPU, you have a spaceship, bro. You have the 4090? Nice. Good price you got it for. Thoughts on UJ longs? Let's see how it's setting up. No chance, man. Look at this resistance here, this one here, previous here, this. Super risky. I thought you were thin, then I saw your thumbnail in recent vlog. Yeah, I just don't flex myself online. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me because I post some videos in the gym and stuff. But you guys don't follow on Instagram, so you make me sad. Or you don't watch my stories. How many people follow me on Instagram but don't get my stories? I need to see if I'm shadow banned on Instagram as well. Let me know in chat if you follow me on Instagram but don't see my stories. I message you on Instagram but you ghost. Man, I need to check my message request. Maybe you came in spam though. You know, I don't check any spam. So you have to check that you haven't come in spam. I reply to most DMs, man. If you reply to my story, I reply to your DMs. That's how I mainly see DMs. Because, you know, when you're replying to a story, it comes in priority. Because you're replying to a story. I'm the party shirt man. I'm sure I've replied to you if you're a party shirt man. Guys, he's joking. Spamming his DM will get a faster response. Absolutely not. I think so too. Yeah, but it happens, man. Trust me. I can see sometimes the views on my story fluctuate. It depends if you're like interacting. So all the guys who actually support do that, you know. Right, this is turning into a bit of a mess. Look at UJ. Should have taken it then, man. If you trusted your own plan, I'm not here to stop you from taking it, but I'm gonna give you my advice, man. You can't come and say, look at UJ if it's something that you planned. But I'll tell you one thing, man. Long term, taking a break of structure, buy. It's just, how can you predict that? But if you like just buying from the bottom of the range, yeah, it's the best place to buy from the bottom of the range. Right? It's the best place to buy. Buy from the bottom of the range, sell from the top of the range. I don't disagree with that. GJ doing the same, so something has happened. Would you still wait for a pullback on gold? Yes, I would still wait for a pullback on gold. If this was New York, I take the breakout eyes closed. But in London, do not trust the breakouts yet. Till we see consistency of at least 3 in a row. At least 3 in a row. It's not going to be worth it. I don't like this 1 hour close below here, man. It makes it very tough to try buy back up. That's my problem. If we closed above here, it would have been better. Part-time divorce with breakouts? A little bit, yes. Trying to see if we can buy through here. Maybe above here, something closing above here. And then we break even at this 5 here, which is 11 points. Ah, it's not bad, 11 points. And then target top of the range for 32 points. Would make sense. Even if this candle did it at one go, stop loss would be 29 points. So it's not bad stop loss, you see. It makes sense for top of range target. Obviously, break even here before the 30 minute. We would break even before the 30 minute. And then if volume is there, we should push through all of these. Actually, there's a 1 hour, that's a 2 hour, doesn't matter. Did it close clearly below on broker? I haven't checked, man. Let me have a look. Yeah, pretty clearly below for me on broker, man. Same as how Tradingview looks. Let's see if it closes above. We have 1 minute here. Sells is hard with this. This previous 15 still valid, man. We didn't cross through it, damn. Maybe a close below this previous 15 to then fill this wick. Ooh, that could work. That could work. Especially if this 5 can close bullish in 49 seconds like this, even weak bullish, we would have some sort of structure form. And then if we get a close below here, we could fill this wick. We have the range available. And if it just wants to do bullshit, it will stay in here. Are you using MT5 app on your system? Yes. So then we have an option for both sides. Thanks for taking us through your PC setup. Now we have time. Can you give advice on NASDAQ right now? On NASDAQ, I haven't looked at NASDAQ, but it's going to be the same analysis as gold needs to settle. I would come back to NASDAQ for New York session. Let it see what it does. We are very close to the resistance here. The buys were in Asian session. This was the good buys here. So yeah, Asian, 1 hour after Asian. This was a good buy. Now we're too close to resistance. So you need to let it calm down a bit. Yeah, we're at 1 hour resistance as well. So see how it reacts off there. Pullbacks maybe as an opportunity, etc, etc. DAX close above? Not above my line, man. Not above my line. Should have closed below, I believe. Yeah, definitely closed below. I need it, I need it above there. I mean, it's not even above the 15. It's definitely a risky trade. I mean, impulsively, you could enter break off high impulsively, but I'm not doing impulsive entry on Monday. We don't need to do any of that in London. That's mistakes I was making last month. Not last month, I made that mistake in June. Overtraded a little bit. How does this clean traffic strategy work? Yet works on everything, man. It's a price action method. It's not a strategy method. It's just trading in a zone where there's no support and resistance. So you have a higher chance of it going through that zone cleanly, right? Because there's no obstacles blocking it. $3 for this candle to close will also be the 15-minute close. Here's the impulsive entry. Let's see if the impulsive entry ends up working out or failing. This is good data. We need this data. How much R did you pay for your first class flights? You can Google search how much first class flights cost, man. It's public knowledge. You can see. Treated myself. Bro, I asked about your webinar every time, 3 a.m. in Philippines, 3 p.m. Yep, it's there in schedule. If you go to Discord, you go to events, you can see the events. Next one is Sunday, 10th of 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. But it will tell you your time zone. So you can see the schedule there. Can you show us how to mark support and resistance? Yeah, watch my YouTube videos on that, man. So many YouTube videos. Literally every one of my videos will have, I mean here, right here, support and resistance. Right here. DAX really doesn't look good this morning. Yeah, this is the only option you can take, is this aggressive here to get to here and see what happens. Look at it on 15, it's more clear, right? If the 15 closes above here, could be an option to get through the range. That's the only option you have. Otherwise, it's just messy, right? But this is adapting your mindset to be trading after pullbacks. In this scenario, we would at least be trading after a pullback. So it's going to be safer than waiting for it to break the high. Feels more uncomfortable, but in recent scenarios in London, it's been safer. Seems like it's tapping this 5, so you could only base it off a 15-minute right now, which 15-minute stops are pretty nuts. Would have to depend on the bottom wick. I mean, technically it didn't actually tap the 5 there. See on broker. So technically it's just below. I mean, I consider that tap, to be honest. So only other option is potential wick fills to get to that 30. Yeah, you have to see how it opens. From 7 to 15k? What 7 to 15k? Do you have any CS2 investments? Yeah, I have some skins, bro. It's not investments, I've had them from a long time. Love the vlog, need to do more of it, really good. Yeah, man, I enjoyed making it, was a great video. Stops are nuts on 15? Yeah, you would need to run 5-minute stops. You'd have to run this 5-minute stop. 36. Even 36 here, it's not making much sense. Huh? You have to break the range here for it to make sense. So, can we guarantee break of range? No. Now you tap 30, you out break even, because who remembers the original plan? Break even, right? So if you're going with original, you literally can't go break even on this. It's a very tough position to be in, and when it's a tough position to be in, I'd rather not be in it. It's super simple for me. You know, I don't have to just take a trade of taking a sake of taking a trade. This is London. London's forcing you to get into these complex positions, then they don't work out. You know, at least we're trading on pullback here. It's going to be safer. But the point is that we really don't have a good optimized stop loss for risk to reward. We're looking at a 40 pip stop loss. We could get away with 35 pips, I would say. And our target here is like 23, and we have to go break even. I mean, we should be break even at this 30 anyways. That would be something that's logical. Yes, it could do the whole move 35 points. It's definitely possible with good volume, but it's Monday. We don't know that there will be good continuation volume. What does your investment portfolio look like in terms of what? Counter-Strike? I don't really have an investment portfolio in Counter-Strike. My investment portfolio in life is crypto, stocks, and property. And if you want it in order it is crypto, property, and stocks. Let's see how gold is now. What is gold wanting to do? I'm super tempted to short on this 5 close, man. We have 15 close here at the top of the range. Close below this. Have you invested in housing? Yes, I am investing. I'm slow. What is property? You don't know what property is? I would Google search it, man. Property is houses and stuff. One hour no top wick? Yeah, that's very true. We should also have a 1 hour support here, right? Yeah, here's the 1 hour support. Yeah, it's a problem, man. It's a problem, the 1 hour no top wick. We have structure, but you know, it looks like it's closing deep. I mean, generally, I said this in the beginning of the session, man. After we've had a big push, it's bound to be a mess, man. It's bound to be a mess. Very hard for it not to be a mess after a day like that. We just have to come here and gain information to use for the rest of the week. But I would be very interested in New York session to break out today, huh? Keep a big eye on that New York session breakouts. DAX trying, I'm going to be interested to see, because here you would be 100% break even, if not earlier. I'm interested to see if DAX would return a 1-to-1. We need this information. This is very important information going into the rest of the week. 36 point stop loss, your target is here. Your 20 points in profit. Where's your target? Your target is somewhere up here at this wick, let's say. If it comes back to break even now, then it's still not returning, and it makes sense for it not to. This is like not the best example, but we need that information. If it just straight pushes here, that's good. That's a good sign for this week. It's a good sign. If not, then we gain information, you know. We also have to realize that it is pushing through resistances, so it typically will be harder. If there wasn't these resistances here, then we could also consider that as a factor. But I personally would have been break even in this trade because I would have gone break even at 30. Once it tapped it and came back. 1 hour resistance there you didn't mark? Yeah, I'm not marking it because the plan on the trade was to get to the 30-minute first. So it won't even matter. Anything above the 30-minute is plus. 5 bullish, next one bearish. You like it on UJ? Let's see what you're looking at here. Yep, with a 15 close. You want the 15 to close below this preferably. Like a deep close. Would be way better to have that. I would like that as well. Would have returned 1-to-1? Not yet. Not yet. Look on broker. On broker here, entry break of high without spread. Stop loss here is 37 points. Price has moved 29 points. Not a 1-to-1. That broker feed is lying to you. Look at the real facts here I'm showing on the screen. Stop loss 36.7 points. Tightest. Give it with spread 37 points, 38 points. We've moved 28.7 points. Not even close. It still needs 10 points more. Still needs a 10-point more move to be a 1-to-1. What education do you need to join exclusive group? I mean, you know, basic education of what Tradingview is and stuff like that. I think the best thing is just to watch any one of my YouTube videos. And then after that, it starts from basics, the exclusive group. So literally you could come in with very limited knowledge. You're okay. You're okay because it starts. But that's the point. You come into exclusive group and you watch the course there that comes with it. Right? It starts from complete basics. Look, now it's coming back to break even. See, this is how it fools you, right? Here it looks like 1-to-1. It's not. Go measure. Plus your entry wouldn't be there. Your entry would be break of high. Stop loss would be below the low. These things matter, man. Putting a position not accurate like that, in your mind you think you hit break even, but in reality when you actually take the trade and you look at your chart properly, it's not the case. And that's why it tends to manipulate some results sometimes. So I always measure on broker because that's where I would have traded. So it hasn't hit it yet. It could, but always just check on broker because that's where you would be trading. Unless we had a target, you know. Oh, my broker had missed by 10 points, man. It's a lot. So I'm interested to see now, does this fail? Does 1 minute structure fail or does 1 minute structure hold? What is your signal to go against bias? It's not one signal, it's multiple signals. It would take me 10-15 minutes to explain to you right now. Maybe another time we explain, but there is a method behind it. I think the video in the exclusive group is like 20 minutes long about counter bias. So it's an in-depth topic. It's not a topic that has one blanket statement. There's multiple factors. So I don't want to just tell you a blanket statement and then it doesn't work if you try to use it. 4 hour setup 5. Yeah, you'd have to get below the 4 hour support though, not right at the 4 hour support. Where you're taking a sell here makes no sense. I prefer you sell below previous weekly support if I'm being honest, man. You're going counter bias. Going counter bias, you know, there's a risk to that, and that risk is going to be taking as much confirmation as you can at least. All right, gold is now ranging here. Would have been nice if it gave us a close, but that 1 hour no top wick definitely puts you off. Could just be a retest to flip, right? Overall, I'm gonna call my session here. DAX was an option, but we don't know yet if it's gonna hit 1-to-1. But I feel like this was too close. If this closed tighter, I would have been better. Maybe I'm considering the wick fill, but you see that idea of buying off pullbacks these days are working a lot better, right? Working a lot better. Today, really, I was expecting today to be an information day. Whenever we have heavy news, you need to use Monday as an information day. People don't understand that. They think you can come into the market and it's going to be great. These are the hardest days to trade because right after news, the market is the most confused. So many people make the mistake and jump into trades right away. You ruin your week. Remember, the first trade of the week is one of the most important because it sets up the rest of your week. If you lose today, you are then chasing that loss the whole week until you make it back. And it's a very bad mindset. So it's better to stay out and watch and get information and take only good setups, especially with the pullbacks and the stuff we're doing. Tomorrow, we should have some pretty good stuff. So make sure you show up to tomorrow's stream because now we have good information and we will have resolution. So gold for NY session, I'm looking forward. NY session should be good today if we can move out of these ranges. So I'm looking forward to NY session. For now, take care, guys, and hopefully catch you on tomorrow's stream. Much love and speak to you guys hopefully soon. All right, peace. Cheers.